What's the stupidest real men don't blank you've ever heard? Story 1. Read the instructions. My girlfriend doesn't read any instructions, then wonders why it doesn't fit together properly, etc. I was brought up on Lego sets. I read these stupid instructions. I'm an engineer. I not only want to read the instructions, I want to read the entire installation process before I start anything. I want to know the entire path before me and not just stumble into, oh, they weren't very clear about this before. I needed to do X here in order to do Y now kind of issues. My wife does not want to read the instructions. She wants to open the package and have the thing installed minutes later. There's no time to read and analyze her schedule. It very often leads to conflict. My ex was the very same way. Stop wasting time and hurry up. It'll only take a minute to put together. She was very much like that with other things too. She wants me to tile the dining room floor, first time attempting to tile, but I only have a couple hours available. It won't take that long. You just lay the tiles down in that cement stuff. Just go faster. I had to stop halfway through to go to work, so she made our 16-year-old daughter try to finish the job. Mind you, this woman had never assembled or completed any kind of DIY project successfully in her life. Oh, I can identify with this one. I am a person who does not like to do something confidently or at all unless there is a clear set of instructions or plans. I do not want to mess something up, especially something where I paid a lot of money for all the essential ingredients or components beforehand. Story 2. I've heard real men don't drink tea. Is this an American versus European thing? It actually reminds me of a funny story. This guy was going to his girlfriend's house to meet her cop father for the first time. The guy came from a pretty privileged background, and he knew his girl's father already disliked him, based on the fact alone. When we got there, the dad offered him hot tea in a cup without a handle. Dude was like, I could tell this was a test of some sort, so I picked up that scalding hot cup and just held it, slowly slipping away. I could literally feel my fingerprints burning off, but I held that cup like a man. And I passed the test. Her dad loosened up a little after that. I suffered some serious burns, but well worth it. What's in the cup? Pain. I hold gum jabber at your neck. The gum jabber. Edit. I came back to this many hours later and laughed so hard I almost wet my still suit. What a fan base. Tea is the mind killer. Tea is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my tea. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the burning flesh is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. I usually prefer tea over coffee, or at least I will only drink coffee after I've finished doing all my voiceover stuff. Caffeine and coffee can actually really dry up your throat and make it hard to speak. And even hot tea isn't that good. Usually lukewarm tea, or not even cold tea. Just a little tip. Story 3. Sleep on their stomachs. I agree, because if your butt is facing upward and just looks all fat, round, and jiggly there in the middle of the night, the devil might get tempted to either eat it or pound it with his 20-inch tool, so it's better to sleep with your butt against a mattress to avoid tempting any supernatural creature that might be lurking around, like a werewolf. Because getting smashed by a werewolf isn't only gay, it's also furry behavior, and real men don't partake in furry activities like getting a massive anal orgasm from a thick, knotted werewolf tool. Edit. I don't know what devil possessed me to write such an oddly specific and spicy, gay, sarcastic joke. But I'm sorry for making anyone picture a big werewolf making a real man have an anal orgasm through a big, thick, knotted tool. I should also probably get off the internet for a couple of hours and go touch some grass. Dude, you need to go touch sanity. That's what you need to do. Edit 2. Guys, what the hell? I'm in awe of all the awards. Thank you all so much. I'm glad this dumb thing I wrote made you all laugh. Thank you all again. I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you. I've never had a more successful comment than this one. Thank you. Well, hell, now I have to sleep on my stomach. I want a detailed report on my desk by Sunup Festival. Have you ever seen a comment that you know was just inspired by the question and the words just flew from your fingers onto the keyboard? That comment was it. That was the first time I read that. I read these scripts usually sight unseen, so plus I have to censor myself as I go along. Story 4. Drink fruity cocktails. Dude, my cocktail has 5 spirits in it. It's way more alcohol than your 3.x% alcohol by volume beer, and it tastes nice. Tiki drinks are pretty and have a heroic amount of booze in them. Anyone who thinks that should go pound a zombie cocktail, then come back and apologize while thanking me for getting them really buzzed on one drink. A friend of mine was drinking a hurricane in a bar one time, and some big burly biker-looking dude with a beer started giving him grief. My friend replied, "At least I'm drinking liquor." The biker stopped, thought about it, then ordered himself a hurricane. A couple minutes later, another biker gave the first one grief, and the first biker responded, "At least I'm drinking liquor," and high-fived my friend. I hate how that started, but it ended up sorta wholesome, I guess. Is it bad that the most remarkable thing about the story is that the random biker harassing a stranger actually considered a different viewpoint and then accepted it? Hey, sometimes awful viewpoints are implanted at a young age and then never questioned. Being willing to question and change those viewpoints is an unambiguously good thing, and more important than whether or not someone's had an awful belief in the past. Story 5. I was told that real men never look at their nails with their palms down and would only ever look at their nails with their palms up and fingers curled. I gotta wonder how secure in your masculinity you've gotta be to spend time even thinking about the right way to look at your nails. Both seem equally girly to me. When I was a kid, I had other girls do this test to me and declare I was in reality a boy. Then they refused to explain any further and ran away. I remember asking a girl to a dance. We were good friends and she was straight, but only ever in relationships for a week at most. She said maybe. Then told me my fingernail was bleeding. When I looked, I did the palm down thing because that just felt more natural in that moment, and she promptly told me I was too feminine for her because men should look at their fingernails with their palms up. That confused me because I've always associated women filing their nails palms up and had never thought about this before that moment. I'm 30 now and it still confuses me. Look at your nails whatever way lets you see them properly in the moment. What the hell is this masculine-feminine junk? No, my nail was bleeding. She was testing me. Story 6. Don't help do women's work around the house, i.e. helping with little kids, baths, dishes, laundry, etc. I'm 46 and have no memories whatsoever of my dad helping my mom around the house, or any of his brothers helping their wives with the kids or house stuff, or hell, being silly and playing with us as kids with affection. I know gender roles were strong back in the 70s, 80s, 90s even, but man, you have to admit, men have come a long way in a short amount of time with typically not treating our wives as second-class citizens that we keep around to do the dirty work around the house that men shouldn't do. My wife has a great job and makes more than me. I get home before her. I hate doing laundry, but I love cleaning the kitchen and cooking our meals, so there's a nice dinner when she gets home. I help with diapers, shuttling the kids around to appointments. We're a team. That's the way it always should have been. No woman's duties or men's duties, and I as a man refuse to help her with woman's work. You're a team. She's your ally. I hate when self-proclaimed alpha men in my family give me a hard time for being an equal partner with my wife. I agree with that last part. 2 people are working together to build a home, and usually that means both people are working as well. but stuff at the home has to get done. Cleaning, cooking, taking care of the kids. Some people might be good at it than others. Some men might be better with taking care of the kids. Some women might be better. You have to get together and figure out what to do and get it done together as a team. Story 7. Cry. Literally everyone cries. Shut the hell up. Real men don't cry. Real men bottle their feelings up, swallow them, drown them in alcohol, and let them ferment inside them until they form the perfect combination of rage and self-loathing. Then open it all up to people they love, push them away, and suffer from poor mental health for the rest of their lives. That's what real men do. Sarcasm. I feel like this isn't needed, but you never know. Cowboys don't cry. Maybe just a little bit. When you get right down to it, the dust can get in your eye. Well, I'm a boomer. I have this pounded into my soul. What it makes you do is turn off every emotion except anger, which is apparently acceptable. At this point, working through that is such a slow process that I'll probably never get to enjoy what's left of my life. Story 8. Candace Owens of the Daily Wire recounted an anecdote of how, when her grandmother perished, her grandfather didn't cry at her funeral. She says she wants to live in a society like that, where men never cry ever, even at the funeral of their spouse of 40-plus years. I am, of course, not knocking Candace's grandfather. Different people process grief in different ways. But Candace's gatekeeping of proper manly decorum at their wife's funeral is positively demented. This has happened to a friend of mine. His girlfriend literally said to his face while breaking up with him that, "I've lost all physical attraction to you when I saw you cry at your dad's funeral." Yep, that is broken. My dad passed away when I was a teenager. He was my world. Decades later, I only have one memory from his funeral. I sat there with tears streaming down my face, family/friends passing by offering their condolences, hugs, etc. My great aunt stops in front of me, grabs the back of my neck, stares at me for a bit, then tells me to straighten up, rolls her eyes, and walks away. Story 9. Use umbrellas. This one is hilarious and true. I once went across the street from my apartment to pick up a pizza in the rain, using an umbrella to keep dry, and a group of guys about my age were running from awning to awning, getting absolutely soaked. As I walked past, one of them was like, "Nice umbrella," in a very condescending tone. At least one of his friends goes, "Dude, we are literally soaking and you're making fun of his umbrella." It was pretty funny. The best burns come from the best friends. Few things are manlier than a big golf umbrella you can use as a walking stick, or a pretend rifle, or to scatter street urchins. And besides, I'd rather appear unmanly and dry than arrive looking like my boat sank and I swam the last mile. In countries I've been to, especially tropical countries where it can go from 0 to downpour and that, you need an umbrella, no matter who you are. It's never a thing of, "Oh, it's not manly to have an umbrella." No, it's necessary. Necessary, that's the word you're looking for. Story 10. My former boss would fall on the hill of, "Real men don't use rolling suitcases." He'd sooner throw out his shoulder carrying a heavy duffel bag than ever be caught unalive rolling a suitcase through an airport. Edit. Forgot to add, he also thinks neck pillows are fruity and can't stand when men wear them around their neck on planes. Also, the comments about benefits of hiking backpacks. I don't think I ever saw him sport a two-strap. Fellas, is it gay to have even weight distribution on your shoulders? Man, his back must ache like absolute hell. Rolling suitcases are just efficient and easy to lug around. Wonder how this sucker is gonna see himself when his body is so broken and full of untended pains that he's scooting around the airport in a mobility device. Now you're the wheelie suitcase, my dude. Wheels. The downfall of civilization. Story 11. Wanna be tough guy. Real men don't cook. Only women and gay men cook. Me. What about male chefs like Gordon Ramsay? Response A. They're closeted gay men. Or response B. A chef is a paid position, so it doesn't count. Real men don't cook. They only grill, fry, barbecue, smoke, and work as professional chefs. Oh yeah, that's another thing they brought up. Apparently grilling or barbecuing in general doesn't count, since fire equals primal equals alpha male. In short, they're morons. There's literal fire in a gas cooker, but that's gay fire. Rainbow fire? I'm all for that. Story 12. I was at Joann's, and the man behind me in line was buying something for his wife and didn't have any coupons. I told him about the app and the website and offered to pull up my coupons for him to use. He laughed and said, "Boys don't use coupons." So weird. It's free money. How fragile is your masculinity that you pay full price when you don't have to? I once gave an expiring spare coupon to a guy behind me in line who was buying yards and yards of fake fur. He was pretty stoked to get that 50% off. I hope whatever he made was awesome. Those suits sure are expensive. When I made mine, I dropped $1,500 on materials. That was 20 years ago. Also, all the work put in. Stuff gets expensive.
Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the video and have a wonderful day.
Story 13. He told me real men don't eat kitty because it's gay. He explained that eating kitty puts the man in a vulnerable state, which is emasculating. He explained that the woman should be servicing the man and not the other way around. A man servicing a woman is weak, therefore gay. He also said some other crazy stuff like all good people are truly evil and demonic, and all criminals and people who commit evil acts are angels and the true good in the universe. He then told me I was a demon because I'm nice. I noped right the hell out of that one. Fellas, is being straight gay? Is it demonic to be nice? Story 14. Not sure if it counts, but a young woman wouldn't sell me a Luna bar because it's made for women. I said, no, it's marketed to women, but I like this flavor. She said, I can't sell it to you. It has estrogen in it. We had a frustrating back and forth before I finally convinced her that I was willing to take the risk and she sold it to me. She thought that a bar had hormones? A former school colleague had to interview people about genetic engineering fears, and she got replies like, tomatoes with genes might make me red. Don't underestimate the human ingenuity in completely getting things wrong. I always make sure my tomatoes are gene-free. Story 15. I used to work at the music department at Circuit City, circa 1999. Had a father and son shopping for music, mainly R&B, rap, and hip-hop. Son picks Boyz II Men greatest hits. Father tells son to put the CD back on the shelf. Father says, I don't want to hear any singing. Son asks, why not? Their songs are great. I don't care. Yeah, but how come? Men don't sing. Only women are allowed to do that. Needless to say, my son and the son were stunned into silence by the stupid comment. Story 16. Hug their sons. My dad hugged my brother for the first time when he was 18 and graduated high school. Dad was raised by his parents to not show outward love towards his children because that would spoil us. Our childhood was odd. First and last time I saw my dad cry was when his bird hunting dog perished, as he dug the hole to bury it in their backyard. The older generations were tougher, sure, but I know my dad would have benefited greatly from being hugged more as a child. That junk gets passed down. Story 17. Wave, cry, self-stimulate, do desk jobs, sing, show emotion, show love, be good fathers, be ill, be poor, not fight, have female friends. I've heard so many stupid stereotypes about being born in 75. I still won't cry after my older brother beating the hell out of me any time I did as a kid. A few years ago, I had mentioned I haven't cried since I was in my early teens, and he had the audacity to say, real men cry. Man, your brother totally sucks. Haven't talked to him in 2 years, and honestly, only the second good decision I made in my life. Getting sober being the first. Story 18. A guy at my work described something his daughter did as cute, and then some douche told him that men aren't supposed to call things cute. A little kid told me that when I said his little drawing was cute, boys aren't allowed to say cute or pretty. What? Are men limited to calling women hot and beautiful now? No other adjectives? You're allowed to call things cute, but you have to curse right before. Man, that's a frickin' cute drawing. Story 19. My friends once introduced me to this guy who was talking really loudly. I thought maybe he didn't realize how loud he was being, so I said, "You're a little loud." Dude said, "Real men talk loud. Chicks like that." I did not like that. I usually just double it back. "Why you shout at me? I don't owe you money yet." "That's my purse. I don't know you." I feel like a lot of these situations in this thread could be summarized with, "That boy ain't right." Story 20. When I was 15, this other boy called me gay and not a real man because I didn't want to sit down next to him and jack off to corn. Not even slightly exaggerating here. Fellas, is it gay to be straight? Sounds like that boy was projecting. What he suggested sounds gay to me. Dude, you almost had a sperm buddy. Story 21. Real men don't order dessert. I'm sorry, it's gay to like sugar? This real man is gonna deep-throat a banana Foster while holding eye contact with you the entire time. What are you supposed to do instead? Eat the waiter? You're supposed to order a pound of raw steak, eat it with your hands, then eat the plate. Enjoying things is for sissies. Sarcasm. Story 22. Wash their butt, because it makes them gay. Hey man, how come you don't smell like poop? Have you been smashing dudes again? Hold up, bro. Let me taste your tool. Oh, I don't have intimacy with women. That's gay. What's gayer than having intimacy with something that likes tool? That sounds pretty gay to me. I cut off my tool because what's gayer than always having a tool on your body? Story 23. Changed diapers. We had 4 kids, and I was a union steelworker. I took a withdrawal on the union card because the cost of daycare for children was just ridiculous. So my wife, who was a school teacher, carried the benefits, and I stayed home with our last kid. I had more than one iron worker tell me that real men don't change diapers. I asked them what they would do if their kid had a dirty diaper, and they all said the same thing. They would have to sit in it until the wife got home. It was then I realized how ignorant these guys were. Story 24. Wear sunscreen. Oh yeah, I know when I see healthy, youthful skin on a guy, I immediately think, this is not a real man. The skin of a real man can be used to bind books. Non-fiction, of course. Story 25. Once I saw a woman on Twitter say something like, if a man is too eager when the free bread gets to the table, that's sus. And I was just blown away by that one. Fellas, is it gay to be hungry? For free breadsticks? Or tool? What if it's a tool-shaped breadstick? Just need to know where the goalpost is. Story 26. Eat dessert. Seriously, I was told it was gay to eat dessert because children and women like sweet things. Curse you, pal, I'm gonna eat this raspberry cheesecake. Children and women like lots of things. Is it not acceptable for men to sleep, shower, converse, wear clothes, or eat any popular foods? Story 27. Real men don't put cream in their coffee. I responded with, real men don't give a care what other men think of their beverage choices. Real men live their lives with no care for others' expectations. Eat what you want, drink what you want, do what you want. I'm a big believer in do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt anyone. Story 28. My dad once told me, men don't say anything. And frankly, I agree. A man should speak eloquently. Be sure to enunciate. Say specifically what you mean. Besides, there are way better words than thingy. For example, doohickey, thingamajig, whatchamacallit, or who's what's it are my favorites. Story 29. Use airbags. Fellas, is it gay to survive? Or seatbelts? We pass away like men. My boss refuses to wear one. Was in a car for 2 hours with him, and the seatbelt chimed the entire time. Absolute madness. Story 30. I saw a video of a woman saying, real men don't eat peanut butter and jelly, and I was flabbergasted. I like to call it the old reliable. Peanut butter and jelly have never done me wrong, and they never will. Story 31. Real men never say no to physical intimacy. Gay physical intimacy? It's the most manly physical intimacy. Twice the man, double the manliness. Story 32. Real men don't show their own children affection or accept affection from them, apparently. Edit. Holy hell, this blew up. On behalf of all dads out there, I'm sending all of you a virtual hug. Every kid deserves to know they're loved. Why do my kids hate me? Skill issue. Story 33. Real men don't love their women as much as or more than she loves him. He has to always love her less and be less emotional to hold more power in the relationship. Loving women is gay. Story 34. Real men don't drink fruity drinks, only beers and hard liquor. Take off! I drink something if it tastes good, and I'll expire before doing 50 different types of faces just to swallow something that tastes like Satan's butthole and battery acids. Story 35. Wear pink. If my daughter is having a Barbie-themed birthday party and asks me to wear pink, I'm wearing pink. Also, it complements my skin tone. Story 36. My ex-husband used to say real men don't eat popsicles. Edit to add. My current husband loves popsicles. Ex-husband was a piece of junk who never got to experience the joy of an icy treat on a hot summer day in the South. Story 37. Real men don't lift under insert weight. Everyone has to start somewhere, toolhead. I've been lifting for years, but when I see a new kid try lifting crazy heavy with bad form, I warn him it's a good way to get hurt. If they don't listen, then that's on them. Story 38. Real men don't drink fruity drinks, only beers and hard liquor. And this is a repeat of the other story, Story 34. Let's move on. Story 39. Have long hair. I don't understand it at all. If Eddie Van Halen can have long hair, then I can too. Story 40. Real men don't apologize. Story 41. Real men don't talk without swearing.
Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.